Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I actually found these containers and I don't remember what I preserved, so we're gonna unbox it. We're gonna take everything out and see what's in here, and we're gonna talk a little bit about me as an artist, what I do if you aren't familiar with my art. So this is like a small disclaimer. If you're working with the material to preserve your orchids, I'm actually working on an ebook to teach people how to preserve flowers and orchids and stuff like that. So if you're interested in that, sign up for my newsletter, shameless plug. But yeah, if you're working with this material, make sure you use gloves, a mask, and goggles. I have all of that, but I did my makeup, so I'm not gonna do it. I normally use it, well, I use it every time, but today is an exception because I don't wanna mess up my makeup and I'm recording and I wanna talk. But normally I use my PPE. I don't know what's in here. So if you aren't familiar with me, I am an artist. I'm a sculptor, I preserve flowers, and I love what I do. How did I get into this line of work? Actually, you see all this dust? Sorry. These are so pretty. I can't get over them. They're so pretty, and I was not expecting to see these. If you're wondering how I got into sculpting and preserving orchids, I can tell you a little bit about that. So basically, I've always been interested in the arts, but I never viewed myself as an artist until I got older and I graduated college and I had a lot of free time, and I'm like, I might as well do something that brings me joy instead of just picking up a regular 9-to-5. Even though I did work something similar to a 9-to-5, I can talk about that in another video, but I wasn't really happy. And I had a partner at the time and I expressed my interest in sculpting, and they purchased me a lot of polymer clay, and I was neglecting touching it and using it because of fear of that I wasn't enough or that it wouldn't be good. But then I had to overcome that. Like, I'm a very go-getter type of person, and I'm gonna do what I want, when I want, and how I want to do it. So I sat down one day and I sculpted. And mind you, the person bought me kits. So the kit that I use, they bought me kits and they also bought me clay, like individual clay packets. But the kit that I used was an earring kit, and it was like the most basic kit ever, and it took me maybe 2 to 3 hours to do some earrings that look terrible. I'm gonna put them in the screen. But anyways, it took me a very long time to work on those earrings, and afterwards I had the brilliant idea to sit down and sculpt some Yonis. I didn't go into that art session thinking I was going to sculpt Yonis. It just came to me. So I sat down and I sculpted 3 Yonis, one of which melted in the oven because I wasn't supposed to bake that type of clay. I didn't know, but I baked it anyways. Oh, these are the tiny ones. I baked it anyways, and afterwards I was so disappointed. Like, not really disappointed to the fact where I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so mad, but like, dang girl, you could have set the house on fire. I literally could have set the house on fire. Good thing I had it timed. But I still have one of those pendants. The Yonis were actually pendants for necklaces. I can insert it, but I still have one. I will never sell it. It's gonna be in every solo exhibit that I have. And when I pass away, oh my God, don't make it soon. But when I pass away and I'm a very well-known artist, it's gonna be a part of a very memorable exhibit. So anyways, yeah, I still have one of those, and it means so much to me. It means so much to me because it's like the start, the genesis of my art career, and I will never in my life sell it. So that's how I became a sculptor, and I started with pendants. These are so cute and tiny. I've been really loving tiny orchids. I started with pendants, and then I graduated to doing magnets, and I started doing intricate necklaces like this, but in Yoni form. Each piece is one of a kind, never to be replicated, and I just think it's so fitting because they're all unique and they all look different in their own special way. So yeah, that's how I came into sculpting. And then I made a very small wall piece. My first ever Yoni sculpture, like bigger piece, was this. I actually gave it to someone as a gift, but I got it back because we aren't on the best of terms and I just want my art back. It was the first thing I ever made, like first bigger piece that I ever made, and I felt like it was fitting to ask for it back. I don't normally ask for gifts back, but I wanted it back. I'm starting to think of my first solo show and I want it to be a part of the show. I won't ever sell it or give it away ever again, but you know, it's a lesson learned. But anyways, I made that piece, and then I made a smaller wall piece that's listed on my site. No one has bought it yet. It was actually featured in the Seattle erotic art exhibit, which was really cool. That was my second exhibit. And then I made an altarpiece, which was featured in an exhibit at the LGBT Center in New York, which was really cool as well. That was my first exhibit. So I'm just an emerging artist wanting to get my work out there, wanting to share my love of femininity and womanhood and power and respect and just being divine and all that we are. So I started going out to pop-up shops, and I've made a decent amount of money at pop-up shops. I feel like the most I've ever made at a pop-up shop was $800 in 3 hours. It was a brunch. It was my first pop-up shop in New York City, and I made the most I ever made, y'all. That pop-up shop was like top tier. And that organization sadly is no longer having shows and stuff, so I'm kind of sad about that. But I'm transitioning away from pop-up shops because they require a lot of energy, and my art is kind of costly, and until I find an audience that aligns with my cost and my worth, I'm not gonna do it. I just don't have it in me to do pop-up shops anymore, and maybe I'll make a video about that separately, but I just don't have it in me. I don't have it in me, and I'm at a point in my life where I don't want to do things that don't bring me joy. Like, I love going out and sharing my art with people and like seeing their faces and getting comments and opinions about my art, but sometimes it's a drag because if I'm in the wrong space, people might make, well, people not might, they do make rude comments, and I'm not one to be snappy. I used to be in the past. I have elevated from that version of myself, but I'm not really one to be snappy, and I don't have the energy to be arguing with anyone about my art. You feel that type of way about my art, cool, that's your opinion, but I'm recognizing the value of where I showcase my art. Not even just pop-up shops, but even exhibits, because each exhibit that I've done, my art was returned to me broken. So I'm kind of like taking a break from exhibits, like group exhibits and also pop-up shops, because I don't have the energy for it. I'm focusing on online sales. If I see a pop-up shop in my area that I'm aligned with, or even in a nearby state, I'll make the trip. I will make the trip, but it has to be worth it. My time and energy is important and is of the essence. I don't have time, money, or I'm not gonna waste anything. I don't have time to be wasting. I'm a very go-getter type of person. Oh, y'all, look at this one. Oh no, I don't want to rip it yet. Well, I don't want to rip it at all, but it needs to be. And y'all, I'm kind of nervous. This is my first YouTube video talking. So if I seem kind of anxious, that's why. Oh, y'all, look at this one. This is so pretty. Oops. It's so pretty. In purple. Well, it's not purple, it's blue. I love it. But anyways, yeah, so I'm not really focusing on pop-up shops and in-person, well, that's in-person shows, but pop-up shops and group exhibits. I'm focusing on online sales, online marketing. If I find a pop-up shop that I like, I'll do it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I forget what I was talking about. Sometimes I just go, you know, sometimes I just talk, not even knowing what I'm saying for real. But that's pretty much some things. If you want to get to know me as an artist, I'm gonna try, well, I'm not gonna try, I'm gonna be posting more long form videos. This is like my first one. I'm kind of excited to see how it turns out. Not my first one ever, but my first one in a hot minute. I haven't posted a long form video in a while, so I'm excited about that. But these are all of the orchids that I took out today. They're so pretty. I can't get over them. I can't wait to make some very tiny sets for myself and for other people, because each batch that I make and that I preserve, I like to keep some for myself and also give to my little sister. I give her a lot of stuff for free. But you know, I'm a big sister, so that's what I'm supposed to do. But anyways, if you like this video, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment, and consider joining my newsletter. I send out newsletters once or twice every week. I've really been enjoying it. It's a nice way to keep people who really love my art in the loop of not only what's going on behind the scenes in my art career, but some personal things. And also I give out discounts and all these other things, first dibs on drops. So if you're interested in my art, you want to know more about me as an artist beyond what I post on YouTube and social media, consider joining my newsletter. And thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it if you made it this far, and I hope you have an amazing week, day, night, or whatever, and you remember that you are the bomb diggity and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Thank you so much. Take care.